Beneath these colossal structures lies a hidden danger. They stand as monuments to human ingenuity, taming rivers for power, water, and flood protection. But this control is delicate, sometimes illusory. The immense weight of water presses relentlessly against these barriers, while the earth beneath can shift and groan. These dams are a high-stakes gamble between human ambition and the untamable power of nature. Join me as we explore 5 of the world's most dangerous dams, where millions of lives rest on a knife edge. Our journey begins in China, on the banks of the Yangtze River. The Three Gorges Dam is the world's largest power station, a concrete dragon stretching nearly 1.5 miles. To create its reservoir, over 1 million people were relocated, and entire towns vanished beneath the water. Built to control floods and generate clean energy, the dam is also a source of profound risk. 42 billion tons of water press against a region riddled with seismic fault lines. Scientists warn that the reservoir's mass could trigger earthquakes, reservoir-induced seismicity. The geology here is fragile. Rising and falling water levels have led to a surge in landslides. Huge sections of earth have already collapsed into the reservoir, and a major landslide could trigger a wave capable of overtopping the dam. The dam also traps silt, reducing reservoir capacity and eroding riverbeds downstream, threatening other infrastructure. Sensors and monitoring systems are in place, but technology can only predict so much. The real danger is the convergence of threats. A moderate earthquake could trigger a catastrophic landslide at the worst possible moment. The energy stored behind the dam is staggering, equivalent to thousands of nuclear bombs. The world watches with awe and apprehension. The dam is a symbol of human achievement, but also a reminder of our limits. Downstream, millions rely on its promise of safety, yet live with the knowledge that they are part of a grand, perilous experiment. The Three Gorges Dam has reshaped a continent, but the forces it holds back are never truly tamed. Every year, the balance grows more precarious. The dam's story is still being written, on the waters of the Yangtze and in the lives of those who depend on it. It stands as both a marvel and a warning. The dragon is chained but never broken. For those living in its shadow, hope and uncertainty flow side by side. The risks are as immense as the dam itself. Now to northern Iraq, where the Mosul Dam holds back the Tigris River. From the surface it appears solid, but its foundation is built on soluble minerals, gypsum and anhydrite, that dissolve in water. The dam's greatest enemy is the very water it contains, relentlessly eroding its base. Engineers warned of this flaw before construction, but political pressures pushed the project forward. The result, a structure requiring constant emergency grouting, cement pumped into the earth 24/7 to plug new voids. This is a race against geology, not a permanent fix. War and instability have repeatedly interrupted this critical maintenance. When ISIS captured the dam, the world feared imminent collapse. A breach would unleash a wave over 20 meters high, submerging Mosul and threatening Baghdad. Up to 1.5 million people are in the direct path. Millions more would face devastation. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers calls Mosul the world's most dangerous dam. The risk is not distant, it's a constant ticking clock. Permanent solutions have been discussed for decades, but cost and instability have blocked progress. Workers who maintain the dam are unsung heroes, fighting a silent war against nature. Any interruption could spell disaster for Iraq. The Mosul Dam is a lesson in the cost of ignoring scientific warnings. Its placid reservoir hides a terrifying truth. It is held in place by frantic human effort, not solid rock. The dam is a monument to ongoing miscalculation. Its future is uncertain, and the stakes could not be higher. For millions, safety depends on a battle fought deep underground. The dam's story is a warning to the world. Sometimes the greatest threats are the ones we cannot see, and sometimes they are right beneath our feet. Next, we visit the Hoover Dam, an icon of American engineering, straddling Arizona and Nevada. Built during the Great Depression, it tamed the Colorado River and powered the growth of the Southwest. But this aging titan now faces threats its builders never imagined. Decades of drought and climate change have dropped Lake Mead to historic lows. The dam's turbines need a certain water level to generate power. If the lake falls below dead pool, millions could lose electricity. Seismic activity is another risk. The dam sits in a quake-prone region, and while built to withstand shaking, a major earthquake could test its limits. The concrete itself is aging, and engineers must constantly monitor for signs of stress or degradation. Maintenance is a never-ending task. Turbines, spillways, and intake towers all require vigilance. A failure in any critical component, especially during a flood, could be disastrous. The Hoover Dam is a paradox built to control water, now vulnerable to its scarcity. It's a symbol of permanence, yet must adapt to shifting geology and climate. The dam's custodians use advanced technology to monitor its health, listening for warning signs. As it nears its centenary, the dam is a monument to a past climate and assumptions of endless water. Its future depends on our ability to adapt to a drier, more uncertain reality. The challenges it faces mirror those of the American West: water scarcity, climate change, and aging infrastructure. The Hoover Dam story is one of resilience but also of vulnerability. Its strength is not absolute. The lessons learned here are vital for the future of all great dams. As the climate changes, so must our approach to these giants. The fate of millions depends on it. Now to southern Africa, where the Kariba Dam spans the Zambezi River between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It holds back Lake Kariba, the world's largest man-made reservoir by volume. Completed in 1959, it was an engineering marvel, but decades of pressure have taken their toll. Water has caused the dam wall to swell, constricting the spillway gates. More alarming is the massive plunge pool scoured into the bedrock below, now dangerously deep. Further erosion could undercut the dam's foundation, risking catastrophic failure. The dam is, in effect, undermining itself. If it collapses, a wall of water would race down the Zambezi, likely destroying the Kariba Dam downstream and compounding disaster. Over 3.5 million people in 4 countries are in the flood's potential path. Power supplies would be crippled, and the humanitarian fallout would be immense. A major rehabilitation project is underway to reshape the plunge pool and repair the spillway. The Tonga people, displaced by the dam, live with the knowledge that it could one day destroy everything. Kariba is a powerful example of nature's slow, relentless forces, chemical reactions and erosion, threatening even the greatest engineering feats. After 60 years, the dam is at a critical state. Engineers race to secure its future, but the threat remains. The dam is both a source of life and an existential risk. Its fate and that of millions hangs in the balance. The story of Kariba is a warning. Even the mightiest dams are vulnerable. Nature always has the final say. Our final story returns us to California's Sierra Nevada, where the Oroville Dam is the tallest in the U.S. For decades, it was seen as a pillar of safety, until disaster struck in 2017. Record rainfall forced operators to use the main spillway, which quickly failed, opening a massive crater. With the main spillway compromised, water threatened to overtop the dam. In desperation, the emergency spillway was used for the first time, revealing it was unpaved and unstable. Erosion threatened to undermine the emergency weir, risking a catastrophic release. Nearly 200,000 people were evacuated as crews raced to prevent disaster. The immediate crisis was averted, but investigations revealed years of neglected maintenance and ignored warnings. The Oroville crisis was a wake-up call: aging infrastructure. Extreme weather and complacency can create a perfect storm. Repairs cost over $1 billion, and the dam has been rebuilt to higher standards. But trust in its safety was shaken. Oroville's story highlights the vulnerability of critical infrastructure in a changing climate. Dams built for the 20th century must now withstand 21st century extremes. The dam stands reinforced, but the lesson is clear. Safety requires constant vigilance. Even the most modern structures can be pushed to the brink. The crisis is a reminder that respect for nature's power is never optional. Our infrastructure is only as strong as our commitment to maintain and adapt it. The price of complacency is too high. From seismic risks to dissolving foundations, aging titans to near disasters, we've seen the immense power and vulnerability of humanity's greatest dams. These structures embody our desire for control and progress, but each story reveals how fragile that control can be. The forces we seek to contain water-earth time are always at work. Complacency is the greatest danger, eroding safety as surely as water erodes rock. As we marvel at these feats, we must respect the power of nature and the risks we take to harness it. Dams are a legacy and a responsibility demanding vigilance, investment, and humility. The conversation about their safety and our future is one we must all be a part of.